Hello, my name is Alicia M. Morgan. I am here today to provide you with some insight into the question, do you need PMP certification? I will be talking about this through the lens of my project and program leadership experience. Some insight into my background. I have worked in for-profits, nonprofits, supported STEM education programs, and college and workforce readiness initiatives. I am an aerospace and industrial engineer. I have executive leadership experience, and I believe in the power of upskilling. So I also have nonprofit management certification. I am PMP and Agile Metrics certified. I want to talk to you about something else as well, knowing how to embrace failure. In 2010, I began my project management journey in terms of wanting a PMP. At the time, I was overwhelmed with a lot of anxiety with test taking, and I didn't pass it. I revisited it again in 2022. I passed this time with above target in all areas. So I want you to know that you can still be a project manager without a PMP. However, there are some benefits to it as well, and circling back. And throughout this presentation, I will talk to you about that. Project managers are trailblazers. I want you to take that in. If you are a project manager, you're a trailblazer. You are comfortable going into uncharted territories. You are agile right now, whether you realize it or not. No two projects are the same. No two environments are the same. Even if you work with a team, people can change. Their risk attitudes can change. What is the best next thing to do? And you're challenging the status quo. And you are a legacy builder. So bravo to you as a project manager. Take that in. You are a trailblazer. Do you know about the power of empathy? Leading projects, programs, initiatives, wherever you are, you have to start with empathy. Now, this visual is from the Project Management Institute, PMI, and there's so many questions we have to ask ourselves when it comes to empathy and how people are taking in something that we want to do. So what do they see? The environment. What does the market say? Surveys matter. That data is a very valuable insight to you. How do you think and feel? What really counts? Remember, what's the best next thing to do? Not necessarily what you think, but the collective and collaboration. Remember, it's people first when we think about agile. What do you hear? Even the things you don't want to hear is valuable insight. What are the pain points? And what do people gain by working on a particular project or program? Stakeholder needs. Now, I really like this graphic. It's from HBR, Harvard Business Review. The source is the potential project. When we think about empathy and moving beyond sympathy and empathy, it's not just saying you feel sorry for someone or that you feel for them or you feel with them. You also have to say, what do you need? How can I help? You are a trailblazer. You are a liaison. You are a peacemaker in some ways as a project manager. I wanted to go in deeper to tell you about my life before the PMP and how I got really good at leading projects. And so I was a capital project manager and I led over 30 projects for several $1 million, like over $4 million with engineers and personnel, and always was thinking about continuous improvement and workflow optimization. And I was in charge of a factory rearrange project. And it was in a circuit card assembly shop. So it was aviation defense. So those circuit cards go into military aircraft. And I had to be a part of a project, and we needed to rearrange a factory within 6 months with no impact to production and have all the capital equipment installed as a hybrid environment. It was very agile. At the time, one of the project sponsors was a PMP. So I had the perspective of what it's like to work with someone who has a PMP when I didn't, and to see how valuable that was. The roles and responsibilities. We had sponsors, of course, the people who give us the money. We need money to run projects and programs, right? I was a project manager, the project advisor. So anytime you need insight, right, we think about the risks that we're taking, the stakeholder management, are there any other key people to bring in? The project leads, you are rearranging equipment. So each equipment area had a lead, and operators and facilities and facilitators. Now, this project did go off well, and we learned some lessons learned that this could help you in any project was miscommunication. Like, we are changing things all the time rapidly. Are we capturing that information? Where is the source of that information going to be captured, not just verbal? So sometimes we made some changes and change management wasn't documented. So that was a lesson. And in the middle of the project, we had almost $1 million in budget, and it was cut to $750,000. So how do we maintain the quality and integrity of the project while still going forward? Capital redesign of equipment, safety measures, and workforce configuration. The people who are doing the work, if you're rearranging their workstation, you want to make sure you're getting their input. Remember, we're starting with empathy. We want to know their pain points, and pain points can change throughout the project. Are you constantly checking in? So that empathy mapping should happen throughout the project. Project results. Everyone loves great results, right? We did receive a team achievement award. We had over $3 million in cost savings and 20,000 hours in reduction of labor. All the purchase orders were completed. So this was very great and a strong foundation for me as a project manager and being able to trailblaze eventually into many different sectors. Now, I want to talk to you about something very important as you're contemplating whether to take your project management journey to PMP certification or not. You need these levels of influence to make the magic happen. You need social capital. We think about networking. Oh, I'm going to go to this event and I'm going to meet a certain amount of people, but what happens after? Remember that empathy, that value exchange. What are they gaining to working with you? So that social capital will help you bring in new relationships and get projects and get buy-in that you need. So social capital is very important. So think about networking beyond just getting a business card or connecting on LinkedIn. Think about it as a value exchange and building social capital and innovation capital. The world is rapidly changing. We have AI, project managers using AI. We're seeing things happen at a fast pace. So how can you be creative in your problem solving and innovative? Think about that. And adaptability, of course, being agile. And reputation. At the end of the day, whether you get a PMP or not, do you have a reputation to being able to collaborate, to get things done, to do with on time, within budget, to make sure that scope creep doesn't really happen, right? To think about the critical paths to success. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about in action that innovation, social, and reputation capital. As a result of all those things and working in many sectors, I have been recognized and receive awards for my work. Now, being a great communicator is a part of the journey of a project manager. So I have a Toastmaster of the Year certification, and I speak across the country about how to lead empowering teams, impactful teams. I was recognized in the Society of Women Engineers SWE magazine as one of the women engineers you should know. Dallas Business Journal recognized me as a technology advocate. Of course, all my work as a project manager and being able to facilitate sessions like this matters. And also building that influence, that social capital, board leadership experience is a great opportunity to do that. Now, here is one of my major accomplishments in my leadership journey, cross-sector leadership. So all those relationships I formed while I was working in engineering, working in nonprofits, supporting after-school programs, college and workforce readiness initiatives. And at this time, I was a vice president of education and programs at a museum. And to think about this, I really am grateful because I started off serving small populations of students working with community initiatives while I was working in corporate. and to reaching over 42,000 students. So that was remarkable for me. Talk about building influence. Now, after I did get the PMP in 2022, the next year, last year, I was able to do a PMI webinar, and I'm grateful for that opportunity to talk about empathetic leadership and change management. To date, this webinar has over 13,000 views, and it has a 4.61 out of 5 rating, and people are able to increase their power skills. This is wonderful because this has been viewed from people around the world. So that is a benefit of PMI membership. So that was wonderful. So there are many ways you can expand your influence in your project management journey. Now I want to talk to you overall about the PMI and PMP benefits. We are in 2024. By 2030, there will be 25 million new project management employees. Think about that. If you want to stand out in your project leadership journey, getting the PMP may be very helpful. Now, let's think about this. Over 2 million project management openings, and project managers have an opportunity to obtain a higher salary. I won't give numbers because we want to always negotiate, but we can get well into 6 figures and beyond being project managers. You can go to PMI or any project management report to really figure out what you can do to negotiate. You get free to discounted professional development opportunities with your PMI membership. And again, most importantly, you can expand your social reputation and innovation capital. Now, we started with that question, do you need PMP certification? The choice is always yours. I hope throughout this presentation, I have provided you with some insight on whether or not this is the right thing to do for you. Of course, there is a cost of getting the PMP. You definitely have to take the 35 hours of professional development training. You have to have consecutive years of project management experience. You can go on the PMI website to figure out those things. If cost is a barrier to entry for you getting the PMP, I will put in the description of this video opportunities through a Workforce Innovation Opportunity Grant. It's called WIA. I've actually used that. And as well as there are other boot camps, opportunity, and scholarships. So do you need a PMP certification? For me, it has really helped me to expand my influence in ways, greater ways than I ever imagined. But I hope you also, consider things on your own and what you want to do. If you like this video, please share it, subscribe to AMMorgan, my YouTube channel. You can also visit my website to learn more about me. It's aliciammorgan.com. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any feedback in the description or anything you want me to expound upon, please leave a comment. Thank you so much. And so, project managers, you are trailblazers. Remember that.